Spurgeon here with Brandon to welcome you to our top picks for the best motorcycle Bluetooth units of 2020.
Now we took a look at features, technology, and usability of each unit within a given price for each category to determine our winners.
And the biggest surprise this year is that Sena simply doesn't make an appearance.
That is pretty surprising, honestly.
It's really the first time that I can remember that Sena wasn't leading the charge, but I do think it's a testament to how much work Cardo has been putting in, and you'll notice that as we announce this year's winners.
Now we have 3 categories for you to consider today, and without further ado, let's bring on the Cardo FreeCom Plus series, which wins our Every Rider category. Now with the FreeCom series, Cardo introduced 3 units focusing on individual riders' needs and therefore simplifying the process of determining which unit is right for you. Now all of the units come with the following features I'm about to detail for you now. Bluetooth 4.1, which allows for 2 Bluetooth connections, one for your phone and one for your GPS. It's going to have built-in FM radio, which is nice. It has the ability to stream music, make phone calls, and pair with at least 1 additional unit. And of course, the technology is definitely going to build from there.
Yeah, so if you're looking at the FreeCom One Plus, this is for solo riders that really want the basic features mentioned above. They want to be able to listen to music, they want to make a phone call, or possibly speak with a passenger. If that sounds like yourself, the FreeCom One Plus is the unit for you.
Yeah. Now the bump to the FreeCom 2 Plus is for riders who have one solid riding buddy. Hopefully you have more friends than
Brandon doesn't, so he's going with the One Plus.
That's right. Now this unit has the ability to communicate between 2 riders on 2 different bikes at a distance of 500 meters. It also adds a wired mic in addition to the boom mic option. With both the FreeCom 1 Plus and the 2 Plus, riders have the option to purchase the upgraded JBL speakers.
So now, if you already want those speakers included, the final unit in this series is the FreeCom 4 Plus, which is for riders who travel with up to 3 other riders in their group, and the distance allowable between these folks increases to about 3/4 of a mile. In addition to everything that Brandon's outlined for you, what you're going to now get with the 4 Plus, it's going to add in natural voice technology for Siri and Google voice commands, a jog dial, as well as those speakers that I mentioned earlier, those JBLs, they're included as standard.
Now all of these units are easy and simple to use, especially if you opt for the FreeCom 4 Plus that utilizes the voice command. Personally, that's my favorite feature.
Yeah.
So easy to use, so simple. Now the single units are going to range from $125 up to $225. You can always save a few bucks by picking up a dual pack and splitting it with your buddy.
Yeah, I love what Cardo has done in the pure fact that it simplifies the process for riders that are just getting into trying to figure out which comm system is right for them. And that's why the Cardo FreeCom Plus series gets our pick for the Every Rider category. But now let's move on to the next category, which is the Innovator category. And the winner for 2020 is going to be the Uclear Motion Infinity, coming in around $275. Now, Uclear is the first to market with Bluetooth 5.0, which is designed for faster and more stable connections. In addition, the Infinity version also introduces USafe, which can detect a crash and then sends an SOS to emergency contacts, as well as intercomming other riders that are with you on a trip. Now, the message has information about the crash location, medical history, as well as all the nearest hospitals.
That's pretty impressive. Now, one thing I did want to note and clarify for you is that the SOS is dependent on your cell phone signal, so it's not going to replace a spot unit or a similar GPS-derived emergency device for people venturing, far beyond the grid. Just something to keep in mind there.
I think it's a great point. I think what really excited me was the fact that Uclear is bringing this technology into a comm system.
Definitely.
Now, in addition to all the benefits of USafe, you're also going to get things like motion detection technology, which allows you to control the device via gesture technology, and it's going to utilize Dynamesh, which allows for an unlimited amount of riders to connect if they're using Motion Infinity units. You're also gonna have things like voice command controls at up to 18 hours of battery life.
Unlimited amount of riders, that's quite
Might be a bit too many, right? Depending on how many riders you're talking about.
That's right. Now, one thing to note here is that while the speakers are some of the loudest we have on the market, or that we've heard on the market, I should say, the quality isn't quite as sophisticated as the JBL speakers that you're gonna find in those Cardo units. So for you audiophiles out there, it's just something to keep in mind.
Yeah, I think the real praise for the Motion Infinity is that you have all these tech upgrades that Uclear is introducing into the market for around the $275 price point in one single unit. But enough of our innovator category. Brandon, what is the final category of the day?
All right, now we're diving into our final pick, which is the best communication unit of 2020. And the winner is right here. This is the Cardo PackTalk Bold, and we're gonna cover the PackTalk Slim as well. Now the Cardo PackTalk Bold and Slim with the JBL speaker upgrade have become our go-to units around the Revzilla office. Personally, I've owned this thing for over a year now. It's in its 3rd edition. This Cardo unit has replaced Cena as the gold standard when it comes to Bluetooth communication.
Yeah, I think a lot of this really comes down to their use of mesh technology, which allows riders to pair with a total of up to 15 other folks in one group, all within up to 1 mile line of sight connection between them. And of course, if you're on a unit that doesn't have mesh technology, you can still connect with these units via a Bluetooth connection. Now for me, the ease of usability has become the real winner here. If someone does travel outside of range, they become disconnected, all the rider has to do is get back into the riding group and they're automatically repaired with everyone.
Now the downside here, if you're riding with Spurge over here, he's chatty and he always sings in my ear.
I'm not so much chatty, I just like to sing a song. I'm a very fa-la-la-la kind of guy.
He sings a lot. However, it's definitely a beneficial feature. You know, when you don't have to pull over anymore, they just show up, they're gonna reconnect. You know, that was always a pain, so I definitely like that.
It saves a lot of time.
It definitely does.
And the list of features just simply continues. I mean, you have best-in-class noise cancellation, upgraded JBL speakers, voice command technology, which actually has multilingual options, and then up to 13 hours of talk time. There's a lot going on here.
Definitely. Now keep in mind that the Bold and the Slim units feature the same technology. Cardo is simply offering riders the option to choose between the full-size Bold, which you see here, as well as the Slim version, which actually separates the battery and cuts down on some of the wind drag because it's a little bit more low profile. Now there's no difference in cost between the two units, and they're coming in under $300, and of course you can get a dual pack and save a few dollars there.
And this is why Cardo wins for the best communication device of 2020 with the PackTalk Bold and the PackTalk Slim. And that's gonna wrap up our top picks for the best Bluetooth motorcycle communication units of 2020.
Now the analysis doesn't stop here. This year we are putting together 12 articles on Common Tread that dive deeper into the details on every category across motorcycle gear.
Yeah, you're gonna get to read about our testing, you're gonna get to see the gear on riders, and most importantly, you're gonna get our honest opinions on what gear deserves your consideration for 2020.
Now for Spurgey over here, for myself, I wanna thank you guys for watching this video. Keep it pinned.